celebrate Constitution Day. As all of you know who are in attendance here, the Society for Collegiate Journalists is really all about advancing and educating journalism education, and what better day to do that than on Constitution Day. In 1787, our Constitution was signed after the Philadelphia Constitutional Convention. And so every year on September 17th, we celebrate the freedoms that actually came to be a part of how we define ourselves as Americans, that are guaranteed by that Constitution. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to my illustrious SCJ group, all of whom have a different role in this formal dedication of our beautiful tree that we'll be talking about in a moment. So I'm going to turn things over next to Zach.
Thank you. Okay, thanks for coming out. It's kind of cold. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of rundown of the history and the purpose of SCJ. SCJ is one of the oldest honorary collegiate journalist group throughout the nation. Its main purpose is for service, and that stands for our chapter here in Buena Vista University as well. SCJ's membership of SCJ is very honorary, as well as it is an opportunity for greater service. And here in our chapter, we honor this tree here for the liberties that we are granted today. And the next is D.
So I am going to give you a brief history of the Liberty Tree concept. In 1765, a group of colonists got together by a great elm tree near Boston Commons to protest the British King's Stamp Act. The act imposed a tax upon publications such as newspapers, which the colonists saw as a direct act of censorship of their freedoms. So that site and that gathering became symbolic of their desire for unfettered speech and the freedom of petition and assembly. Then, 10 years later, that same great elm tree became the site for planning and discussion of the American Revolution. Now, centuries later, designated trees all over the nation, including this one, have become to symbolize the cherished constitutional freedoms, and especially the 5 guaranteed by the First Amendment. The dedication.
Thank you again, everyone, for coming. As the Society of Collegiate Journalists here at BV, we just want to dedicate this tree to the BVU community, and just to kind of keep things in line with our history, use it as a symbol as our freedom of expression. We also want to thank the BVU facilities for planting this lovely tree. I forgot what tree it was, but it's okay.
It's a magnolia.
A
magnolia. Goldfinch magnolia.
I keep thinking steel magnolia, but that's okay. So the 5 guarantees, the 5 freedoms that are guaranteed to you, will be represented by 5 of our lovely SCJ members. And we'll start with G, with religion.
The freedom of speech. Freedom of the press. Woohoo!
Freedom of assembly.
And freedom of petition.
And as the new president of the Society of Collegiate Journalists here at BV, I would now like to welcome anyone to water this lovely Liberty tree.
And the cups, of course, all have the First Amendment, well, various elements of the freedoms guaranteed by our Constitution and the First Amendment on them, so they themselves are kind of symbolic. We hope that everybody will water the tree because this is a community tree, and it's really representative of us coming together as community members and participating in all the elements that make us a society, a free society. So I encourage everyone to step up and take a cup of water and help to give this tree its stronger roots. Jump in there, everybody.
More people watering the tree. Yeah.
No, you jump in there.
He's like, I want to water.
I don't know what we're doing actually.
He can water the tree. That's a natural sort of watering. And it's sort of symbolic of what we say
Yellow
to our
journalism.
government occasionally. Who's next? Faculty, you need to water too. Jump in.
Come on, Emmett.
Emmett wants to water.
You're not going to pee on that tree, are you, Emmett?
It would be okay. It would be
You want
very.
a drink?
It would. Yeah, he could have a drink. He's making his stamp on it too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Good boy. Yeah, you had enough.
Jamie, did you water?
That was the water of freedom.
Yeah, she's our former pres. She should definitely be watering them. This will eventually have a plaque. We just couldn't get it on time. And it'll be here and it'll acknowledge Constitution Day and SCJ. Thank you all for coming. Anybody want to actually do the ceremonial dumping of the full?
Yeah.
Over somebody's head?
Andrea.
No, on the tree. No, you can't overwater it at this point in the season. You really can't. It needs as much as water as it could get.
Pour it on.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
but carefully. Don't splash
just
the
like-
tree.
Or there will be a fight going on.
At the same time?
Don't fall.
Oh, you water, and it's going to have a lasting effect. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you all.